Good afternoon, welcome to Disqualified Dads. My name is Farouk, and for those of you who are new to the channel, on Disqualified Dads we try to represent the plight of the non-resident parent, 90% which happens to be fathers and 10% of mothers. Now, along with the Disqualified Dads, we try and obviously represent the whole alienated family unit, uncles, aunts, nephews, nieces, grandparents, cousins. Because when a father is, or one parent is removed from a child's life, effectively that child loses contact with one whole side of their family. Now, moving on, got a few announcements to make, and just want to try and get some clarity on the direction of the channel, where we're headed, what's coming up, trying to get a bit more control and coordination around it, as it seems to be a bit chaotic and all over the place. That's what I feel anyway. First and foremost, before I forget, shout out to the sponsor, Electrical Solutions E4 Limited. They are the company that have helped keep this channel going, helped kept this channel on the road, helped kept Diesel in the van. There's many videos where you see me in the van, Chamber of Truth. I'm not in the van now. They're trying to force me out the van, trying to get a bit more professional with different backgrounds and different places. So we're trying to improve as we go along. But hopefully I will be back in the van again soon. But yes, if you want maintenance done, if you've got a building anywhere in the city, we cover the whole London area, all in and out, sort of London, around London. If you want commercial maintenance carried out, lighting, repairs, X, Y, and Z, small bits and pieces, especially the small stuff, give them a shout. They're very good at that. They'll send someone down, they'll get on top of it. Very good at small bits and pieces and stuff like that. So if you need any commercial stuff like that done, give them a shout. Also, they have a channel, Electrical Solutions E4 Limited, on YouTube and Instagram. Go over there, like, subscribe, follow it. If you want to know DIY bits and bobs, they've got more stuff coming up to go up onto their channel. Now, moving on, back to Disqualified Dads, which is why I'm here. That's my passion, that's my baby. So let's talk about that. Yes, the podcasts. I had released, this weekend just went, I had released the podcast with Sister Sally and Boris from Split the Difference. Part 1 was released on the weekend. Part 2 will be released this coming weekend, as in not tomorrow, but probably Sunday. So look out for that, watch that. It will be released on YouTube. And also the week after that, I will be releasing the podcast with Brother M. I have been releasing shorts of that as well, so look out for that. And also everyone on Instagram and TikTok, I urge you and request you, please go over to YouTube and just subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm trying to build up my YouTube profile. All the podcasts are on YouTube because you can put the 1 hour long videos on there without an issue. So please go over there, follow me on YouTube, like and subscribe. For those who want to support the channel, support the cause and the movement on YouTube platform, if you look on the top left-hand corner on the homepage, there is a PayPal button, or there is a sponsor button. Click on there, it takes you to a PayPal link. Sponsor whatever you want, whatever you can to help support the channel and the video. For those of you who are making big sponsors like £5 or £10 or something like that, or donations like that, we are getting Disqualified Dads t-shirts made. We will send you out some t-shirts because ultimately taking money for free just feels a bit uncomfortable. But look, if you do want to sponsor and support, £50, pocket change, coffee money, to help keep the knowledge going, help keep the channel on the road, help us get this information out there, yeah? So please support in any way you can. And like I said, those of you who want to sponsor £5 or £10, something like that, we'll send you out a Disqualified Dads t-shirt just to try and give you some sort of value for your contribution. So, you know, anything you do give, I do appreciate. Thank you. And for those of you who have already given and supported and sponsored on many things, I thank you as well, and thank you for your support. Whilst we are talking about podcasts, we aim to release one podcast every weekend now. We aim to release, so it's record, edit, release one every weekend to try and get the message out there. I'm going to try and double down on my efforts, start ramping it up a bit more to get the message out there. I will not stop. Like I said, I owe it to these disqualified children. Because remember, disqualified dads equal disqualified children. Disqualified children equal disqualified dysfunctional societies. We don't want that for our kids. We want a better world for them. So we got to do what we got to do. That's why I'm here. So yes, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I'll ramble on a bit. So podcast will be released every weekend going forward. That's what we aim to do. So I've done the announcement. Yes, also these mics. I've done a little video on Instagram a little while ago about these mics, just showing what they are, where I got them from Amazon, whatnot. I have used them now on 2 podcasts, 2 recordings. So I'm going to do a short 60 seconds to potentially 2 minutes mic review on Instagram. Look out for that. They're not bad little bits of kit, but I think you could do with a condenser on it, but we'll talk about that on the review. So mic review coming up. Also, yes, next thing, going forward, once, maybe twice a week, I will be aiming to read out letters, poems, messages from parents that have been alienated, or potentially even if you're an alienated kid, email me your letters, email a message that you want to get out to your parent. If your parents that have been alienated, or a family, or an uncle, aunt, cousin, nephew, whoever you are, if you want me to read out poems and letters and messages, email me, disqualified.dads@gmail.com. Look in the bio, check out the bio. The email should be in the bio somewhere. Send me an email with what you want read out. I will try and do it twice a week. We're going to try and aim to read letters, poems, anything like that out, get the message out there. Try and connect parents with their alienated children. Try and connect alienated children with their parents. If you're an alienated kid or you're an alienated adult, you want to reach out to your parents, get in touch with me. If you can't do it yourself, I'll try and support you best I can. But look, have the courage, seek the truth, look them up. These days, there's many tools and apps, and we've got social media. Luckily, we're in that era. Use whatever means you have. Reach out to your parents. If you're watching this today, right now, I urge you, pick up the phone, give them a ring. 1 minute of your time for that alienated parent you may not have spoken to for many, many years. You might be angry with them. You might be upset. That might all change with one phone call, one conversation. All of that pain might go away. One phone call. That's all you need to do. Take that first step, yeah? It's going to be a very hard step, but be brave. Take that first step. And this is why we're here. I'm here mainly, not really for fathers. It's for the kids, for these disqualified kids, yeah? That's why we're here. Remember that. Right, moving on before I start rambling on again. Yes, I'm going to also have podcasts now coming up with other guests. Hopefully I'm doing Instagram lives. I'm starting off with Instagram lives, maybe do some TikTok lives, eventually going over to YouTube, because YouTube has longer podcasts, doing longer streams on YouTube, live streams and all sorts coming up on YouTube. I will be doing podcasts with psychologists. I want to do a deeper dive and understanding into the psychology of the personality disorder. I've looked a little bit into it now, and I'm ready to dig a little bit further of what creates the personality disorder, what contributes to it. Talking about that, my early videos all on coercive control, how it's done in the community, how it's done in all communities, but mainly the Asian Muslim community, South Asian community, how it's carried out. I am going to be starting all of that again, a little bit more organized, a little bit more clear, hour-long videos, ideally with specialists and psychologists and whatnot. So effectively, it will be a podcast. We will talk about in depth as to what contributes to these personalities, how they become like that. And a little bit that I've touched on it is very interesting for those who have dealt with these personalities. And I've learned a new terminology and name as well. It's not just like moving on from the personality disorder. I don't want to say it because I might mess that word up, but of how their brains form parallel patterns and pathways, neurological pathways are formed in the brain where that individual, even though there is nothing wrong, they will create a scenario and a situation in a relationship or a marriage that triggers certain behavior, and then that will complete the argument or a scenario where they're effectively looking for drama to then satisfy that part of the brain to say, look, I told you he was like this. I knew this was going to happen. So look, we're going to go into that with a guest that I'm hoping to get on, a psychologist who understands this in depth. That is coming along in the future as well. As mentioned before, Disqualified Dads t-shirts are being made. Thank you to this sponsor. They're coming along. They're coming out. We'll be dishing them out, trying to get the message out there. And for those who, like I said, who sponsor anything over like a $5 or maybe a $10, I think $10, I need to confirm, we will send you out some t-shirts and whatnot. So look, drop me an email, get in touch. Also, it is Mental Health Week. Now, if you've noticed if you're on Instagram, I've put a couple of videos of training with the block in the garden, especially as my gym membership, as you know, my gym has shut down. I have no membership. I'm trying to get into another gym. Soon will be, but until then, no excuses. I'm hitting the block. I'm doing the running. I'm maintaining it. I'm managing what I can. No excuses. It's mental health week. Get out there. The sun's out. Do some exercise. Get fresh. Get that dopamine. Get the dopamine levels up. Get all the levels of all the good chemicals up that can fight the demons daily. That bereavement can hit you at any time. Exercise is your counterbalance. It will counterweight those demons. It will push them further back in your brain. It will keep them at bay, keep them under control. Yeah. Otherwise, the rage, anger, the pain, the resentment may overtake, and you may start self-destructing. Use all of that as fuel for productivity, positive outcome. Go and exercise. Train daily. You need to be the best version of yourself to tackle anything that you may come across. So if you're in the best shape physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, yes, we're not in a good place. We're never going to be in a good place. We can't ever go back to civilian life. Once you have seen how easy your children can be snatched, you can never go back to civilian life. I understand it. But that life is gone. Forget that life. That life is behind us. That life is for civilians. That life is for those who have no understanding of how easy your children can be snatched away from you. Yeah, very easy. We know this. That's why we're here. That's why we need to make a stand. Our life has a different path now. So everyone who has experienced this, everyone who's had dealing with the family court, CMS, CAFCAS, this whole corrupt system, we've got work to do. Get behind it. Get behind the movement. My name's Farouk. We are Disqualified Dads. Thank you for watching.